And quite away from politics to those who enjoy cricket, it's quite an end of an era. Anderson, or as he's known as Jimmy, has announced his retirement. An ace pacer, most successful seamer ever. He's chosen to bid adieu at his home, only seamer with 700 test wickets. Sterling 21-year career comes to an end. But I'm being joined by my colleague Himanshu at this point. Himanshu, you of course must have followed Jimmy very closely. You love cricket, you love your sport. Tell us more, give us the larger picture of how should people be watching it. How tough is this going to be, not only for his fans, but for cricket lovers?
A very good evening to you, Sneha. And when you were saying all the things that you were about Jimmy, it almost feels that a part of me too is going over Jimmy. He's somebody I personally and millions of young boys like me would have grown up idolizing when we picked up our cricket, backyard cricket, or the colony cricket, so to speak, in India. This man who was flamboyance personified, who was class and charisma personified, but eventually went down to temper his temperament and, in a way, rewrite fast test bowling history forever. This man who for 21 years has actually swung the ball on a hoop, has had the best of batsmen actually twiddling their thumbs, did not know how to face him. 41 years of age. Can you imagine when people actually hang up their boots way before what Jimmy has done? At 41, he's actually saying goodbye to the game when he's at his peak. He's a man who has actually done everything that one could have imagined and much more when it comes to fast bowling, and particularly in the toughest and the longest format of the game. He's retiring at the home of cricket, the Lords, after the first test match against the West Indies. However, it is a bittersweet moment personally as a cricket fan, not so much an analyst. I would have liked to see him maybe go off a la Tendulkar style, maybe the way Tendulkar retired at Mumbai. We would have wanted to see maybe the Burnley Lara retire at home, have his final test match at Old Trafford, but it seems that is not to be. He will be retiring at the home of cricket, the Lords, at the end of the first test match against the West Indies. But in the truest sense, Sneha, this is an end of an era, and I do not believe that Jimmy's records, particularly the fast bowling records, are under threat at least for the next few decades. And even the cricket greats, somebody like Botham believes for 100 years, but that's the kind of legacy Jimmy would leave on. He might retire, his legacy will continue to live on for sure, and a very, very long time.
Well, thank you so much, Himanshu Tripathi, for joining us and giving us a sense of really what this means. Thank you so much, Himanshu. Well, that's all we have for you in this bulletin. Thank you very much for joining us.